Firstly, I'll preface this video by acknowledging that this game was gifted to me by the publisher, Quantum Astrophysicists Guild. That being said, all my impressions are genuinely my feelings on this game. The Ambassador Fractured Timelines is a dual-stick shooter, much in the vein of the likes of, I suppose, Dead Nation, Geometry Wars, or even classics like Robotron, but it has far more nuance, depth and strategy involved in any of what are its clear inspirations. You play as Gregor, some sort of mage or wizard in a group called the Eternal Fellowship, and must attempt to best the multitude of enemy types, both human and not so human, that have laid waste to your homeland. Sure, the story is pretty one note, but that isn't where the enjoyment of the Ambassador Fractured Timelines sits. In my first hour or so with the game, I found a surprising level of strategy and difficulty. The main mechanic is the ability to pause time on the fly via a recharging time gauge. Pausing time is crucial to be able to navigate past the many hazards the stages will throw at you, including vast quantities of enemy projectiles and environmental hazards, such as incredibly quick moving blocks that will one-hit you and force you to fully replay the same area that you've just been in. Death is a learning mechanism within the Ambassador Fractured Timelines, in much the same way you might find in other classic twin-stick shooters such as Hotline Miami or Ape Out. You learn by failing, and the fact that you will immediately respawn into the area after a death means you never really feel a true sense of frustration or loss, more so a desire to finally beat a level which you have probably, especially if you're me, died 10, 20, maybe 30 times on. The game can be difficult, but it has a lot of different difficulty settings available for you at the outset to find what sits well with your skill level. Something that I have an incredibly low ability on this type of game, and still found a very strong and rewarding level of challenge even putting it at a lower level. If you are someone that confidently walks through games such as Hotline Miami with your eyes closed, you might want to bump the difficulty up more than you see here on the gameplay that I captured. You'll need to ensure that you keep stocked up on health as you progress, as this is achieved by slaughtering various critters, such as rabbits that you might see around levels, grabbing steaks off them. 2 pieces of meat equal a heart, allowing you to replenish your health as you go. Meat can also be found in various environmental objects, such as crates and barrels, but you have to weigh up the risk and reward of progressing through a level, or trying to track back and find some meat, basically. Various weapon, armour and elemental weapon upgrades unlock as you progress, and you can switch weapons on the fly via the inventory, as well as alternate between swords, axes and other melee weapons, and your magical staffs via a quick press of a button. This is cool as it allows you to sweep through areas using various different abilities and allows a fun feeling of creativity in your attacks as you swashbuckle your way through using a sword and then switch into your magical staff. I quite enjoyed this aspect of the game. There are collectibles in the game via hidden books or journals, I'm not sure what they are, that can be seen around the levels. I do confess, even though I saw at least 3 of these, I've yet to work out how you actually managed to grab them. So there is obviously additional depth to the game, and I saw that these were some of the trinkets that you need to discover to unlock the achievements within the game as well. Graphically, the game goes for a lovely pixel art style which serves the visuals well, although lacks much originality from many other games adopting a similar look in recent years. That being said, this is a good looking game with some lovely graphical flourishes as the various enemy projectiles fly around the screen, and the environments are nicely presented and varied. I have not finished the game myself yet, but absolutely intend to do so, as it has the same addictive must try again formula that a lot of these games have, which is absolutely to my tastes. If you're a fan of games such as Hotline Miami, Geometry Wars, or even Binding of Isaac, although this is obviously not a roguelike, I'm pretty certain you'll have a good time with the Ambassador Fractured Timelines. Whilst it offers nothing particularly new to the genre and is rather generic, it's certainly a fun game, and it very competently delivers on what its core promise is. The game is currently on offer as I speak until the 20th of August, so you need to be quick to pick it up on Steam with a 20% discount. It is also available right now on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as PC. I think it's well worth checking out.